Hi, I'm Mary Matz, creator of Twisted Yarns. This is part 4 of a beautiful honeycomb blanket. In this video, we will start by arranging the hexagon-based motifs in a pleasing manner. Then, I will show you a systematic approach to joining the motifs while we crochet the inner borders. Once you learn the easy join stitch, it is as simple as paying attention to how you treat the corners.
Begin by arranging 5 hexagons across so that the sides of the hexagon go up and down, leaving one corner to point up and the other down. Then stagger 6 hexagons in the next row. Then continue to stagger the hexagons 5, then 6 per row until all the hexagons are laid out. For this example, I'm only showing 4 rows of the 9 hexagon rows, but you would lay out the entire blanket at this point. Then, fill the indentations on the side edges with trapezoids. The base of the trapezoid should face outward, making the points go up and down. Lastly, place the half-hexagon motifs along the top and bottom edges with the point facing inward.
I'm going to take the rightmost motif in row 1. And I'm turning it around so I can insert my hook in any stitch along this base edge. Pick up my yarn and pull up that loop. And then with both strands I'm going to chain 1 and pull that end through. Now I'm going to work a single crochet in that very same stitch, and then 1 in each stitch until the corner. In the corner stitch, I am going to work a single crochet, chain 2 because that's a base corner, and a single crochet. Now I'm working up the side, and this side is worked in moss stitch, actually half double crochet moss stitch. So I'm going to put a chain after that first single crochet. Then in the next space I'm going to work another single crochet, chain 1, and in each side space all the way to the corner. Now the next corner is right here, and that is a hex corner. In other words, it's the typical corner that you have on the hexagon sides of any of the hexagons, half hexagons, and so on. So in that space I'm going to work a single crochet, chain 1, a single crochet, chain 1, just like I would work it on any other row. Then I'm going to work all the way up here, all the way here. When I get here, I'm going to join you. A single crochet, chain 1, a single crochet, because that's a hex corner, and chain 1. In each of the side spaces I'm going to work a single crochet, chain 1. In this corner we have a chain 2 space, and that's our last space on this edge. So we're going to work a single crochet, chain 1. That was pretty easy. Now we are not going to complete this side yet. We're going to jump over to the next motif and begin joining it, because the first thing we're going to do is join all the motifs in this row. So here's our next motif. These 2 edges are going to be joined. And so the first thing I'm going to do is go to the corner space, that little teeny chain 2 corner space on the next motif. Insert my hook, pull up a loop, single crochet, chain 1. Now, normally we'd go into that space and do another single crochet, chain 1, but not quite yet, because here is the essence of the join stitch. Take the loop off the hook, insert the hook in the space between the last 2 single crochets worked on the joining motif. Okay? So I'm inserting my hook, I'm picking up that loop, I'm pulling it through to the front because I put my hook in from the front to the back. Now I'm going to chain 1 more. That locks down And that's what I call that whole sequence a join stitch. Then we're going to go into the next space and work our single crochet chain 1. Take that loop off the hook, go into the corresponding space over on the joining motif, on the adjacent motif, pull up a loop and chain 1 to lock it down. Go back to the working motif and go do a single crochet into the next space, chain 1. And then over to here, insert the hook from front to back, pick up that loop and come and pull it to the front. Chain 1 to lock it down. Now, I want you to see what that looks like. The extra chain 1 that I call the joining chain, after you pull it through that space, gives this join room to lay out flat. Now we're at the corner. So we're going to work a single crochet, chain 1. We're going to go into the corner space. Now this is tricky because remember how you have to feel for that corner, because you want to make sure that you have 2 strands on the back on each side of the hook and 2 strands on the front on each side of the hook to keep those corners super neat. Pick up that loop, pull it through and complete a join stitch. Now we return to this corner space right here and complete that corner with a single crochet, chain 1. But there's nothing over here to join to. So now we're just going back to the normal single crochet, chain 1. So we have 2 single crochets in the corner, just like we did all the other rows. Now we're going to come back down this side and this side, making sure we get into that little teeny chain 2 space over here. And I'll meet you when we get there. So here's our single crochet, chain 1, and then we've got to get into that last little space. Single crochet, chain 1. Now we just pick up the next motif in this row. Find that corner space right here and work a single crochet, chain 1. But this time, this side needs to join to this side. So we're going to pull that loop off, insert it right there, pick up that loop, pull it to the front, chain 1 to lock it down. We just did a join. Then into the next space, and you're going to repeat this until all 6 motifs are added together. Okay, so I have joined. Here's my first one. I have joined all 6 of them in a row. Now when I get down to this corner, I came around just like usual and I worked my single crochet, chain 1. But because this is the corner of the blanket, I'm going to chain a second one and work a single crochet into that very same corner space, just to turn the corner. Then on the bottom edge, I'm going to work a single crochet in each stitch. So let's look at how we're going to cross over this junction. Here is my corner space, so I'm going to work 1 single crochet in the corner space. Now it's a little bit too far to jump over to here. But what I'm going to do, you remember that chain 1 between these 2 single crochets that we put in? We're going to insert our hook right into the center of that joined stitch and work a single crochet. And then we're going to go right to the next corner and work another single crochet and continue on this motif. When you get to the end of the round, you work your single crochet and then just simply slip stitch to join. We're going to start along the base edge on the outside edge, pick up a loop, and with the double strand, chain 1, but pull that end through. In the very same stitch, we're going to work a single crochet, and then in each stitch until we get to that corner of the trapezoid. So we're going to chain 2, and we're going to work another single crochet in that same corner. So we just turned the corner. Now chain 1 and just work a single crochet, chain 1 all the way down this edge and down this edge, and I'll join you here. Now here we're at the corner of this side, so we're going to work the first half of it, a single crochet, chain 1, because the next motif in this row will be joined to this half. So the bottom edge of this trapezoid will not be worked at this time. We will pick it up when we come around these sides. Okay, so we have chained our 1, so we're going to jump over to the next corner on this motif, on this hexagon, work a single crochet, chain 1. Because we're joining, we're going to do the join stitch next. So we're just going to continue up this side with the join stitch just like we did before. Right? We're right in the corner space here. We're going to work a single crochet, chain 1, jump over to this corner, make sure we have it split properly with the 2 and the 2s, and join it. And come back here, and this time we're on a full hexagon. So we're just going to work up. So we're going to just work up this side and then this side. Down here, our next motif will come back up here and continue. And that's how you're going to join all of these motifs in this row together. So if it begins with the trapezoid, it's going to end with the trapezoid. And so you're going to do the join just like you did before, but at this end, we're going to work our single crochet, chain 1, and then in that little chain 2 space, we're going to work a single crochet, chain 2, and a single crochet. But we're not going to add another chain 1. What we're going to do, remember, this is the base side of that trapezoid. So all we're going to do is work a single crochet in each stitch along this edge. Now, here's the first row, and this whole side, this whole edge of this row fits right in there. You can see it at the beginning here. So we've done our single crochet, chain 1. You could do chain 2, but I find it better to just do a chain 1 when you're joining. Take the loop off the hook, go over to the corresponding corner space over here, insert the hook from the front to the back, pick up the loop just like before, and pull the loop through to the front, and then chain 1 more. Then return to this corner and work another single crochet and a chain 1. Take the loop off the hook. Now I'm going to rearrange this so you can see it a little bit better. The loop is off the hook. I'm going to come over to the first space on this side and pick up the loop and pull it through to the front. Chain 1. Now I go into the next space, single crochet, chain 1. Go to the corresponding space on this side and do a join stitch. Now we're in the corner. But I want you to see something special, because remember I said this is all about the corners. This is important to notice because there's 2 things that could happen. The working motifs could have the join, or the joining motifs could have the join. They're each handled differently. When the working motifs, that edge, the working edge, has a join in the middle, you're going to, now I haven't done the second part of this corner yet, So in this case, I'm going to work a single crochet and a chain 1. Remove the loop from the hook. Now, you're used to jumping over to the joining motif and doing it, but you've got to incorporate this edge also. And I find that it's most effective if you go right to the center of the join that's already existing, insert your hook from front to back, pick up that loop and pull it through, chain 1 to join it to this one. Then take the loop off, go over to the joining motifs corner, the corner of the joining motif. Make sure you get your hook inserted so that it's in the center part. Pick up the loop and pull it through to the front. Chain another one. It makes a very, very neat corner. Go back to the working motif. The next space available is the corner of the next motif. Single crochet, chain 1. We are fast approaching the corner that is going to join to the joining edge, where the joining edge has the join. So we're going to insert our hook and finish a single crochet, chain 1. But instead of jumping over to the corner of this motif, we're going to go, there's 2 little loops right in the center of the joined seam. So we are just going to insert our hook there from front to back and pull that loop through and chain 1 to lock it down. Return to the working edge and complete that corner, chain 1, and jump over to the corresponding space on the next motif on the joining edge. And then they're going to alternate. This is one in which the joining edge has the join. And so you're going to keep going all the way to the end. When we get down to here, I'll join you. And then in that little teeny chain 2 space, we're going to do a single crochet, chain 1, because we're joining. So we're only do 1 chain, jump into this corner, make sure we have it in the right center, good, and make a join stitch. We're just going to come back to this corner and work single crochet in each stitch across this edge. And the third row lays out like this. It starts with a hexagon, and it's made out of all hexagons. Attach your yarn here, go up here, down here, and join, just like we did before. The only difference with this row is on the outside edge, you're going to work the moss stitch along this edge also. And then when you come down around this edge, you join it. And in the summer, I use this technique a lot because I don't want the whole afghan on my lap in warm weather. So what I do is I work from one side, the bottom up, and then I work from the top down. And what happens is we get to the last row that needs to be inserted, and we have to join on this side, here, down here, up here, over here, down here, up here, and so on. And so you have quite a few different things happening all at the same time. Attach your yarn on the outside edge. Work your single crochet in that same space, chain 1, and continue along that edge to that very first corner. When you get to the first corner, here we are, you're going to work a single crochet, chain 1. But because you're going to start joining right here, you're going to jump over to this space here, insert your hook from front to back, pull that loop through, and chain 1. That joins it. Then you come back to that corner and work the join stitch along this edge. If you choose this option to start at both ends, you're going to end up needing to know how to work this corner. So let's put our single crochet in the corner and our chain 1. We're going to jump over to this corner and join it, just like before. However, we have to return to this corner, and then we're working this side all the way down to the bottom. Jump over to the next motif because this piece has to be joined right here. This is our working motif, is meeting a junction that's already joined. So we're just going to come over here, find that little 2 loops that stitch right at the middle of the join, pick up our loop, pull it through, and complete a join stitch. Then return to here and start working down this side. That's it. It's as simple as that.
Now that you have the pieces together, you're ready for part 5. Here, you will learn a super easy outer border so your beautiful honeycomb blanket is perfectly finished. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Please take a moment to subscribe and ring the bell to receive notifications of upcoming videos and events. Happy crocheting!